So people are starting to pull in now and I look a bit weird randomly talking to myself, so I'm gonna head in now. Thursday morning, it's race day. I'm just pulled up at the physio, just making sure my headlights aren't on because I have a habit of that. So the week has gone pretty good. So on Monday, I successfully hurdled, as you would have seen in my last video. And then Tuesday, I just did a warm up because no gym this week. And then just let me think, yeah, that went well. And then yesterday we just did a start over one hurdle. We did a really thorough warm up, a start over one hurdle. And then we did 2 runs into the top bend. So basically from like the 400 to the 300 mark, it was about 65 meters. And then the same thing on the top bend. So from about the 210 mark to like maybe the 50 meter mark. And then we just did a 120. My hamstring did sort of cramp up and pull a little bit on the first flat run. So I'm really glad I have this appointment today. I went at it as I have been all week with the massage gun. It can now take it at the top level with like the little bullet thing that gets really into it. And it just seems to be one spot that's just sore and tight. So I don't know, I'm going to see what Mitch, my physio, says. I spoke to Andrew, my gym coach, this morning, and he's definitely like, we can do a little bit more rehab work on it. So I'll just see what Mitch says. Like, it's raining in Queensland now. It is meant to rain all weekend. I don't want to go and run at states and run at anything below my best. Like, I'm not happy to go and run at 75%. My goal is tonight to go out and win the 400 hurdles, and then in the 400 run as fast as I can and place as well as I can. So that's where I'm at. Nationals is in 6 weeks. They've announced an additional event on the calendar at the end of March that I would really like to target and run the hurdles at. But for me, this season is just, I want to run a PB over the hurdles. And if I go and run tonight and I tear my hamstring, then that's it for the rest of the season. So I'm a little bit conflicted about, like, if I have to pull out. I haven't spoken to Russ because it was tight last night, but I didn't say anything because I genuinely just thought, oh, it'll pull up fine in the morning. And it hasn't. So I'll just see what Mitch says, and then I'll have a chat to Russ and make a decision. It's funny, like, I'm in two minds. Like, I do want to play the long game and get to nationals to run as well as I can, but also at the same time, it sort of feels a little bit like giving up to pull out at this late stage, because I genuinely am really enjoying my running again, and more importantly, I'm enjoying racing again, which is something that I have not enjoyed for the last couple of years. And, you know, having had some really good races already this season, I've built back up a lot of the confidence that I really think I can go out there and be fearless and put myself in that position where you just try everything and you mightn't win. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I probably really need to go in now or I'll be late for my appointment. So I will let you know what Mitch says. So, all finished. It's like good news and bad news. So I can run this weekend, but I can only run the flat 400, not the hurdles. It's just like, it still catches when I like extend out. And yeah, he's just like, he doesn't, and the strength, I had a strength test and the strength's down a bit. So he is concerned. He's like, if it goes, it'll be 12 weeks. We haven't got that sort of time before nationals. So I'm cleared for the flat 4, not the hurdles, which is really disappointing because I feel like I am in shape to run a PB. Wow, it is really hot in this car. So that is disappointing. But I mean, I guess I still just get to go out now and just run the 400, and I can run it fearlessly because he's like, it will not tear over the 400. It's just over the hurdles. So the appointment took a little longer than I anticipated because he did like a bunch of strength tests on it. So I need to go home, contact Russ and let him know what's happening, and then I have to go and officially withdraw from the hurdles so that I don't get penalised and just automatically DQ'd from the 400. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, wow, I'm meant to be back at my desk by now, but anyway, who cares? Yeah, so off we go. The sun has, my phone has of course naturally just beeped. So it's Friday, the sun is somewhat out, so obviously didn't race last night, spoke with Russ, we were both really disappointed, but I woke up this morning and as my physio sort of promised me, today the hamstring feels a lot better. So this morning, so far I've just gotten up and I went for a walk with my mum, and when I get home I'm going to do some stride throughs and some stretching. We're just out and about now. My mum had a hairdressing appointment and I wanted to pick up a couple of things, so I've done that. And then yeah, just going to have a really relaxed day at home. I actually hadn't looked at the timetable / the schedule past my first event, so I need to leave at 3:15 today to ensure plenty of time to get down there. I'll be racing a little after 6 in the heats, hoping to make the final on Saturday, hoping the hamstring goes well. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely really disappointed. I saw the times that they ran last night and I really felt that I could have not only been competitive but potentially won and run really fast, but you know, it wasn't to be for now. So my focus now turns to running these 4 rounds of the 400 really well, and then, you know, getting back into hurdling and yeah, focusing on the meet that's now popped up on the 31st and running a really fast hurdle there. Have arrived at QSAC. Actually, traffic wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, so I basically left 2 hours early. It's usually like a 50-minute 1 hour drive, but because it's Friday afternoon and I knew that I would be mostly heading against the traffic, except for when I got to the south side when obviously people were leaving the city and going home. So, but it actually really wasn't too bad. I think maybe it added 15 minutes, so so I'm here really early. It's good. I can just chill in the car, you know, do a bit of reading, whatever. Hamstring feels good. I didn't end up doing my usual strides, so I went for my walk and then I'd usually do some strides and some drills and whatnot. I just thought I'm going to give the hamstring a little bit more of a rest just to make sure it's definitely better. Mitch assured me it'll be fine today. In fact, he actually said if the hurdles were on today, I would have been fine to run them. So I just thought I'll just give it that little bit extra. I'm out here now. It's sunny. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, I don't want to run in the rain. It's just I don't generally care about running in the rain, but it's just when it rains, it gets a bit cooler, and knowing that I do have this little hamstring thing, I just want to try and keep the body as warm as possible. And it's obviously a little bit harder when it is cooler in the weather. So I'm going to head in now and just sort of start getting organized. Being out here is like a good and a bad thing. I, obviously have time to kill now, and I could get caught up doing something or watching something on YouTube and then miss the time I need to start warming up. But also it's good because it means I don't have to rush. I can take time if I want to find something in my bag, or if I want to go for like a little bit of a wander around the track to see what the conditions are. I have got time to do that. I'm not so set into like a structured, I've got X amount of minutes before racing and I need to be ready. So people are starting to pull in now and I look a bit weird randomly talking to myself. So I'm going to head in now. Saturday now and it's pretty rainy and overcast. You can probably tell from the lighting. And as you would have seen from my race last night, I didn't run so great. My hamstring was pretty fine warming up, but I did one final run off the bend before we were called to our blocks, and the hamstring felt a little bit tight, but I didn't really think anything of it. I thought, oh, that's just, you know, me being a little bit nervous and, you know, my whole body being tense. But then I started and the hamstring just got tight immediately. So I actually wasn't like 1,000% sure what happens if you just stop in a race. I've never done it before. So I just made the decision to sort of just coast around and keep the hamstring in one piece, because I knew that definitely if anything happened or I injured it any further, there was every chance that I wouldn't compete at nationals. So I ended up actually qualifying for the final as one of the slowest qualifiers. And I did a full warm down, and I've woken up this morning and it's definitely sore. So it's not ready to race. I don't want to go down there and jog another lap of the track. I can do that anywhere. I could go and do that now if that was my goal. But I want to go down there when I want to run really fast. So I've spoken to Russ this morning and we've made the decision. I've formally withdrawn from the final, which is really disappointing because this was one of the two big meets we were targeting this year. And now, you know, I'm going to sit here and not participate in it. I do have a couple of squad members who are competing today. I would like to go down and watch them run, but just because the weather is cold, overcast and wet, I don't want to go down there and run a risk of getting sick. So I'm just going to stay at home. I've had a very mopey day so far. I slept in really late. I did get up this morning and go for a walk and do my rehab stuff. And yeah, just on speaking with Ross, the best thing to do for the next sort of 24 hours is just rest it. And then I have a physio appointment on Monday afternoon, after work. And so tomorrow I will just start the official rehab process. I'll go and warm up for as much as it will take, and then just do some drills and some stride throughs just to give the physio a lot of feedback, you know, so he can help guide me in the next stages. So it's very disappointing that I'm not running. I am really, really upset about it. But, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, and this is going to show us something, and it's definitely going to make me more hungry to achieve at nationals. So thank you very much for watching another vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions about my rehab process, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.